Welcome to Yoga with Katie. We're going to do a flow for our full moon in Virgo. We're going to do a little bit of a cardio, testing your limits type of Vinyasa flow. Keep in mind if at any point you need to take a break, please do. Do not let your ego take control here. You can always rest in child's pose. You can pause the video for a quick second, whatever you need. We are going to practice safety in this video, so a quick disclaimer, you are in charge of your own body when you're in yoga in your space, so we're going to be aware of our surroundings, aware of ourselves and our sensations, and we're going to practice yoga responsibly. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to start in downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, we're thinking tailbone up to the sky, chest presses towards the thighs. You spread your fingers wide like starfish and you're pressing your entire palm into the mat. It's okay to bend your knees here. Feel free to pedal through the feet. Any little wiggles that you need. Take a moment to inhale. Open the mouth, exhale. One more time, inhale fully. Exhale it out. Inhale, shift your weight forward into plank and pause. We're thinking core is in and up. You're pressing the ground away from you so that your scapula are pressing away from each other. On the exhale, shift your weight forward, chaturanga. Option to drop to the knees here if you need to. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog once more. Wonderful. Taking your right leg up to the sky, reaching tall through that heel. Exhale, squeeze that knee to your nose. Pause. Option to do this on the knee if this is too much. Inhale, swing it right back up. Two more times, squeeze that knee to your nose. Inhale, right back up. Inhale, knee to nose. This time, step it through. Send the hips forward, drop the back knee, low lunge. Inhale, reaching the arms up tall. If you want to take it one step further, you're going to press into the top of your back foot. Lift your back knee. Pause here. Inhale. Exhale, lower the knee. Hands to the floor. Half split. Straighten out your front leg. Lengthening through the crown of the head. Sticking out your tailbone. Flexing the toes back towards the face. Inhale. Exhale, rebend into that knee, make it a twist. Left hand down, right arm up. Nice long line, lift it out of that bottom shoulder. Let's go ahead and lift the back knee and step back into a side plank. Thinking hips are super tall here. Option to drop that back leg. Practice that breath. Inhale. If you feel comfortable here in our side plank, maybe you hover that top foot. Maybe internally rotate toes down. Wonderful. Wherever you are, take that top hand back to the floor. Step back, full plank. Let's move through a vinyasa. Shift your weight forward, chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Pause, check in with your body. Do you need a blanket underneath the knees? At any point you need to switch to fists. If you're feeling a little tension in your wrist, that's okay too. Maybe some blocks under the hands. Left leg gets a turn. Left leg reaches up for the sky. Squeeze that knee to your nose nice and tight, hollowing out the belly. Inhale, lengthen it back up. Two more times, squeeze it in. Maybe you actually make contact. Inhale up. Exhale, squeeze it in. This time, step it through. Relax that back leg down. Hips are forward. Inhale, arms up. Option to add that strength element, lifting that back knee. Inhale for the reach. Exhale, half split. Hands to the floor. Send the weight back. Straighten out your front leg. We're thinking belly button is pulling forward to our front foot. Right hip is forward, left hip is back. Inhale. Exhale, rebend into that front knee. Twist, thinking right arm down, left arm up. Being mindful of that bottom shoulder. Keeping your hips low. How tall can you get? As we transition into our side plank, you can option to kickstand that back leg and just step out. Or if you'd like to go for more, we lift that back knee, stack the feet. Thinking big rainbow with the body. How tall can your hips get? Option to hover the top foot. Option to inwardly rotate. Breathe in. Exhale, take that top hand to the floor. Find your full plank. Shift your weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Look forward, step or jump forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. We're thinking long through the spine, through the top of the head, out through the tailbone. Exhale, bow it down. Let's stand up tall. Start by bending the knees, pulling the feet apart, activating your outer hips, almost like you're ripping your mat in half. Keep that engagement. Flat back, stand up tall, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's go for eagle pose. We're taking our right leg up, cross it over the left, pause. This could be enough for you. Maybe even kickstanding your foot on the floor. If you can go for a full wrap, we're tucking our toes around the ankle, sitting low in the hips. Your right arm goes underneath the left. Maybe you keep backs of hands touching. Maybe you continue to wrap. Wherever you are, we're thinking shoulders are forward, hands away from the face. Shoulders are also down, long neck. Pause here. Finding something to look at that's not moving, that'll help you balance. From your eagle pose, go ahead and unwrap everything and find stork. Reaching arms up, heel up. Shift your weight back, almost like a pendulum, warrior three. So we're thinking active back leg, reaching through the top of the head, through the arms. 3 times we're going to squat and tap our knees, almost like a lady sitting in a chair. Inhale, reach, warrior three. Exhale, squat. Inhale, reach. Last squat here. Beautiful. Drop everything down to the floor, forward fold. If crow pose is in your practice, we can do that now. We're thinking planting the hands, knees come all the way up into the armpits or triceps. You're shifting your weight forward. Maybe you play around with 1 foot, maybe 2 feet. Still breathing. If you feel confident in your crow pose, maybe you shoot back into your chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing dog. Recenter yourself on your mat here. Inhale, look forward. Step or jump forward. Let's give ourselves a second side. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower, bend the knees, activate the hips, reverse swan dive, stand up tall. Exhale, hands to heart center, eagle on the other side. So now our left leg gets to cross over, maybe kickstand, left arm underneath. Find your version of your wrap. Hands away from the face, elbows away from the body, shoulders down, sitting low. We're here for about 3 breaths. We notice that balancing is a little bit more challenging when our heart rate is elevated. So what can you do to slow down the breath? Slow down that heart rate. Wherever you are, unwind, stand up tall, stork pose. 3 times, hinge your weight back. Warrior three, we squat and tap the knees. This is 1, inhale, reach, warrior three. Squat, this is 2. Inhale, reach. Last one, squat. Unwind, plant everything down towards the floor, forward fold. Let's stand on our hands real quick. Slide your hands underneath the feet so that your toes are all the way up to your wrist. Shift your weight into your toes, almost like you're giving yourself a wrist massage. You've got two options here. One is to ragdoll. You can think bent knees, bent elbows, head is loose. If you'd like to be more active, we're thinking long spine, arms are strong, shifting your weight into your toes so much so, maybe you can lift one toe, lift your heel. Maybe you lift both, find a little balance, test your edge. Being mindful of your ego here. If you feel like you're gonna fall out of it, go ahead and step back. Try your best to fall back. If you feel like you're gonna fall forward, option to go into a forward fold. You tuck your chin and you roll. It's not as scary as it sounds. Exhale, release the heels, release the hands. Plant the hands, step back plank or tabletop. Let's move through Vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. This time, step or jump through to sit, swinging your legs in front of you. Let's go ahead and do my favorite core exercise, which is eagle crunches. So we've done eagle, but now we're going to do them reclined, taking your right leg to cross over the left. Find your version of your wrap. Right arm underneath the left. Inhale, reach. Imagine your toes touching the bottom of the mat, hands touching the back part. What did I say, top or back? Either way, you're reaching for either end. Inhale. Exhale, lift the head and the shoulders. Crunch. See if you can tap your knees and your elbows. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. As you do this, you're keeping your lower back planted onto the floor, so core is engaged. Also thinking flat core. Don't let it dome up and out. We're going for 8, so we're going to do 2 more. Awesome. Go ahead and unwind the arms, uncross the legs. Plant the feet as wide as the mat and windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Second side gets a turn. Left leg crosses over. Left arm crosses under. Inhale is the reach. Already pressing that lower back on the floor constantly. Exhale, crunch. 1. Inhale, reach. Crunch. 2. Inhale, reach. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, reach. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Awesome. Unwind everything. Plant your feet as wide as the mat. Wiper the knees side to side. Let's do one more thing before we rest. We're going to do bridge pose. Plant the feet into the floor, and you're going to engage that core once more. Keeping your feet in line with your hips like you've got 2 parallel mountains. Roll the hips up. You're going to tuck the shoulders underneath you. You've got a few options for your arms. One is grabbing the mat and pulling it apart, and notice how that puffs up your chest for you to tuck your shoulders underneath. Option to interlace the fingers, clasp the hands so you can get your palms to touch. Or final option is just hands flat on the earth. From here, we're thinking pressing the heels into the floor to squeeze the glutes and lift the hips up. If you feel comfortable here and you want to go one step farther, take that right heel up to the sky. One step farther, let's pulse that heel up as tall as it can go. This is 3, 2, 1. Plant that foot down, other side. We're still thinking lifting with the hips, engaged in that heel that's touching the floor. Maybe you pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant that foot back down. Untuck your shoulders first. Roll the spine back down, hips are last to touch. Hug those knees into the body. Wonderful. Go ahead and drop your knees all the way to the right. Open your arms out into a big T shape. Taking your left arm, slide it across the body so that your palms touch. Option to reach past the palms. And then see how long you can keep your hand on the floor as it draws a circle above the head. So we're stretching out the shoulders here. Let's do it 2 more times. Reaching over to the right, circling that arm overhead. Last one. Reach to the right, circle around overhead. Keeping your arms wide, just switch your legs to the opposite side. Here we are, right arm gets a turn. Reaching for the left palm, reaching past. Circling your arm up and around. 2 more times. Extend, circle. Last time, this is the inhale. Circling is the exhale. Wonderful. Go ahead and rock and roll on the spine to massage it. When you're ready, we're going to sit up in a cross-legged position in our Sukhasana. That's our easy seated pose. Hands in prayer, fashion at the center of the heart. Wonderful. Soften the gaze or even close your eyes. Let's close out practice. Maybe you notice your heart rate. Maybe you notice how fast or slow your breathing is. I encourage you to journal after we close out. This full moon is about all the overthinking, all the analyzing. And so we're going to take some inner self-reflection on that and notice, where do we do that within ourselves? Where are we self-critiquing? And you can do 2 things. One is just learning to accept it, saying, yes, I do that. I acknowledge it. The second step is letting go of that ego and recognizing that imperfection is part of the beauty. It's an art. You are art. You are beautiful. Letting go of that perfectionism, accepting your imperfection as a part of you. Kindly take your thumbs to the third eye, in between the eyebrows. This is a reminder to have an open and receptive mind, open to new ideas, new beginnings, new things. Taking the thumbs to the lips, this is a reminder to have kind words, not only to others, but to ourselves. And lastly, the thumbs back to the heart. This is a reminder to have a truthful heart, that we are honest within ourselves. We are true to ourself. The light in me bows to the light within you. Namaste.